What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Last stream before Vegas. Last stream before Vegas. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk a little bit about what to do in the Set 4 pre-release. In Las Vegas, we are going to be playing with Set 4 cards for the first time ever. World premiere to the point where we haven't seen every card in the League of Villains My Hero Academia collectible card game set. So what I've done is I am going to be looking at every single card that has been previewed and spoiled, and I have been putting it on a tier list. And I'm going to be moving some stuff around and doing some things. And I have broken my tier list up into two main groups. Let's take a quick peek. Oh, I'll get that off. Number one. I have the top three are all characters, being a good pick in it, being a fine pick in it, being a bad pick in it, and then cards that could go in your main deck. A good pick, fine pick, bad pick as well. And then right here in the middle, this is a card that we'll be talking about. So with that said, obviously these are my opinions of just having first read the card, and truthfully, a lot of these cards I haven't put a lot of deep thought into. This is going to be my first real thought process. We went through the entire rival deck analysis and went through that, but I don't know how much I don't know how much that's going to help us. And as you can see, I have All For One and All Might there because I don't know if they're going to be considered inside of the draft characters that are available for people, or if they're going to be given out, or you have to open a character or what. But we'll find out, you know? So with that said, you have to open your character. Chiefs, I don't know the rules. I don't know. But I'm going to put them on this list. I'm going to put them... You could open an XR? Correct. You could open an XR. I'm going to put them on the list to see what is... So see what is up. And to help me with that, I have a picture. I've got a picture of the cards that we're going to be jumping back to. So as we're doing that. With that said, let's just jump in. And chat, you're here to help me. Please give any of your opinions or whatever while we're live over on twitch.tv/TamCardwell. So, All For One, your moves get extra damage. You can just call momentum to say no to the damage. And then you get to cycle out your momentum. All For One, I think, is a fine pick. I think he's fine. I don't think he's, like, insane. I really like this second enhance on him. I'm just bring these down a little bit. I really like this second enhance on him of the moves deal no damage. Eventually he'll scale. I am nervous about how he'll work. And this thing doesn't work with Toga's stuff, which we'll get to. I have to do this. All Might. We can trigger here. He gets damage on Punch and Fury cards. He can remove momentum to snag cards from his discard pile. And then after he blocks an attack, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. I think this card is bad for draft, strictly because of the idea of discarding the top card of your deck. We're playing with smaller deck sizes, and there's a character that makes me discard cards. So I can't a very good character, which we'll get to, that I don't think we'll get to. And as Thanik said, there's not enough good Punch or Furies that we've seen so far to make it happen. Maybe with more muscular stuff, because I'm sure that guy's a little mad about it, but we'll see. Oh, also, big thing about the sealed event, none of these cards share symbols, so I'm going to be talking about like how every card kind of interacts with every card, because you know, these three images on the side, they don't matter. But yeah, I think I might say bad pick. We'll move on to Dobby. Remove the top 3 cards of your deck. Your attack gets 3 damage, and then discard an action from your hand. Go grab an action. So the main ability we can focus on here is this remove 3 for 3. I think he's a fine pick. He's a 7/19. So as long as you're good at defense, and you don't use this enhance too frivolously, I think that you'll be fine. Once your opponent sees that you start removing these cards, you're gonna start. You'll start killing people. This is the turn to go. And so like it's. I think he's fine. I could see him being a good pick depending on the cards that you get, but we'll see as things go. Up next, so here is where things start to get a little interesting, right? We've got Cremation, and here's where we have to like start focusing on this down here, because Cremation is an uncommon, which means it's possible for you to get maybe 2 of these in your 6 packs, and that's like consistent and average, right? So we have to look at the rarity of the cards to see like if it's good or bad or whatever. I thought about putting like rarities in these slots here, but I was just like, we'll just see how it works. And we might have to make some adjustments. I can add rows or delete rows or whatever as we go. But for Cremation, lose a health for +3 speed. Fantastic inside of a pre-release, just wanting to make sure that your moves hit, and then lose 2 health, steal a momentum is very good, especially if your character is something like All for One, who has this super cool momentum ability, right? Of like, I want momentum very badly, so I'm there. And so I think Cremation is a fine, if not good, pick for your main deck. I meant to do this. Fine, if not good pick for your main deck, especially if you happen to open a Dobby. I think this is a good card. 1/5, 2 high block. I mean, it's got a 2 high block, right? It's very, very good. Next, we have a common. It is a 5/3, 2 mid for 5. Off the bat, not great speed. And so, like, you'll have to figure out how to get your speed. If this deck is blocked, your fire attacks get +1 speed for the rest of the turn. Might be worth it as a bit of an opener. It's got a great high block. If you've removed a card this enhanced step, this deck gets 2 speed or 2 damage. I think this card is honestly not very good. The best part about this card is a 1 high block. If we can find any other commons that have this 1 high block and do something a little more impactful, I think I'm down. The fire symbol being limiting, having to have removed cards, and there's like no characters that do that besides Dobby himself. Like, this is a 2 mid for 8 if we want it to be inside a Dobby, which is like very, very good. But like, and that means it gets blocked, but it's just gonna get blocked. Also is a tool for All Might to use, and so like we can like accidentally give it like another 2 damage or whatever. Like this card's not very good in the pre-release though. Up next, we have our first ultra rare Flame Flicker, 4/3, 3 high for 4 range combo action. Combo enhance, add 1 action card from your card pool to your momentum, and then enhance. This attack gets +1 speed for each action and both players removed from game piles. This card is also bad. This card is also not very good. It doesn't have any stats here, so you have to find stats elsewhere. Obviously, Dobby gives it stats if you have it. Having actions removed, the only action we know about is Cremation, so like judge that accordingly. Or the only we have actions. Sorry, we have actions down here, but I don't know the rarities yet. Well, once again, everything is allowed to move and shift, right? And then it gets speed for stuff. This is not a very good ultra rare. It's a 4-diff 3 high for 4 that like is very tough to trigger. It's not good. It's not good. Firestarter. If you have 10 or more removed cards, draw 1 card. Deadlock enhance. Your fire attacks get 1 speed, 1 damage. So I think this card is a fine pick, if not even a good pick. Strictly because cycling can happen as well. What's the deck size for this event? 40 cards minimum. The Deadlock ability is pretty good because I haven't seen a lot of Lock Breakers, cards that destroy other cards for effects. And then if you happen to get your 10 cards removed, you get to draw your card. That seems okay. Yeah, I think this is a good pick, as well as it's a 1/5/2 low block, right? So like it just does its thing. Ignite. 1/5/3 mid enhance, destroy your next check to play a card, gets +1. Only playable if you have 10 or more removed cards. Playable while committed. This card's fine. Its block zone's a little off. And again, getting these 10 cards removed is a little tough. Its major selling point is it's a 0/5, right? And if that was the only selling point to make it a good card, then every 0 and 1, as Eyebright said, should just be in good or fine. This card it's a 0/5. So in sealed, if you see this card, you should probably just put it in your deck. Up next, we've got Pyromania. 2/5/3 high block. Form once per turn. Remove a momentum. Your fire attacks get a speed for the rest of this turn. Interesting that he keeps saying the fire attacks. Fire attacks, fire attacks, fire attacks. And then enhance. Remove. This attack gets -3 damage. Only playable if you have more removed cards than your rival. So this is interesting because it's damage reduction. And that's a little hard to find inside of a pre-release, or reliable damage reduction. But this is also remove cost that's gated. I think that this card might be fine if you have a lot of attacks that have the fire symbol in there. But I think for the moment, I'm going to put it in bad. I don't think that this is very good. Yeah. Yeah, we'll move on. Yeah, I don't think it's very good. 2/5/3 high block, that's like tough to play. It's tough to play. If you find a lot of Pyromanias, it is an uncommon, right? If you find a lot of Pyromanias and you can readily use this -3 damage, you might have a chance. But it's like, it's not even like a flip cost to give it the -3 and have the stuff removed. I think this card's a little tough to stomach. Toga, here's our next character. 6/28, once per turn, look at your momentum and unflip them. We don't really care about that unless we get all Toga cards, right? Oh, my eye. What has happened? If it's first attack this turn, it gets 2 speed, and then after you flip 1 or more momentum, Ready a Foundation has not been ready this combat phase. I think this character is actually a good pick for this sealed event, and here's why, right? Your first attack this turn gets +2 speed is not bad. It is a good ability. And then if you have any amount of, if you open any Toga cards at all, I don't think there's going to be a lot of momentum hate in this set. And so once you have your momentum, you have it forever. If you find the momentum that you want to unflip and then have foundations that you want to re-ready, you can just string out really, really wide. So your first attack is hard to block, and then the rest of them are where it's at. You're not allowed to let Toga get let her cards land, and sometimes like you're not allowed to help that. I think Toga's a fine choice or a good choice to play for this event, as long as you're just like good at like classic UFS or classic universes. Move on to Blood Transfer. 4/3 4 mid for 4. Flip gain a health. Your rival loses a health. If it's completely blocked, add the top card of your deck to your momentum face up. Yeah, this card's great. This card's super, super good. The only issue with this card is its stats are like 4/3 4 mid for 4, and Toga gets a 6 mid for 4 as long as it's your first one. You're not allowed to let this thing connect as Toga. Letting Toga unflip this and then flip it back to burn you one, then re-ready a foundation is incredible. It's very, very good. And this card, as a common, has a 1 mid block, which means it's really good at fighting other people's blood transfers. Great. Super, super good. Dual Needle Lunge to UR, which is cool. It has EX2, which is a big deal. Momentum outlets are huge. Enhance, flip 1 momentum, discard the top 2 cards of your rival's deck. That... Oh, I put it in the character spot? You're absolutely right. It should be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this is not that great. I like the lose 3, add this card to your momentum. I think this card's not very good. This is a bad UR. This card should have had the word Echo on it, and I don't know why it doesn't. There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. It's got a bad block. It's not even exceptionally like fast or hit hard. If this was a 5 high for 5 that did all of this, I think I'd be in. As a 3 high for 5, this card is bad. This card is not even going to see like constructed play, let alone the sealed play. This card is insane. You're crazy. This card sucks. Lose 3 health, add it to your momentum after it resolves is like the best part about this card. This card is insane and Tam is high. You're nuts. What are you talking about, Fidu? You're crazy, man. This card blows. Yeah, Tam is dumb. Crow and Frog, but snaps to momentum. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I guess pay 3 health for a momentum is fine. I guess that's fine. I don't know. I don't think it's that great for the pre-release. 4-3, too high for 5. It's a little slow. Too high block. Flip, lose 3 health. After your rival plays an ability on a foundation, destroy that foundation. Whoa. That's pretty good. Response, after rival blocks this attack, they discard 2 momentum. Huh. Okay, remember what I said? Remember when I said, hey, there's not a lot that's going to get rid of momentum? I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah, I think this is a fine to good card. I think getting this thing to momentum is going to be the tough part because it's so slow. I think it's a fine pick. I like the 2 high block. After they block it, they discard 2 momentum is huge in versus Toga. Like, which means that like when they play abilities, yeah, this card is, you know, this card is actually probably just good. I'm gonna put it in 5 because it's so slow. This 2 high block, this 2 high zone is actually killing me. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. We're gonna leave it in the fine pick. I'm gonna leave it in the fine pick. Blood Evaluation. This is our first rare foundation. Once per turn, after this foundation is ready due to an effect, draw a card. And then enhance, discard a momentum, ready this card, or flip 1 rival momentum, playable while committed. This card's great. Discard a momentum, re-ready this thing, draw a card is nuts. 3-5-2 high block. This card's insane. Play every copy of this. People are gonna be playing this at like a 3 of or 4 of in constructed. This card is an absolutely fantastic pick. If I had a great pick, it would be there. Siberia tier, correct, Jose. Enamored, 0-5-2 low block. After this foundation is ready during the enhanced step, this attack gets +1 or -1 speed. I think it's in the same boat as this, which I'm a fan of. I don't think 0-5s should be good picks. This card's gonna be really cool in Toga, just because of how she works, right? Coming all the way back here of like re-readying these foundations to give the +1 or the -1 is very cool. It's very cool. As well as after this card is ready during the enhanced step, this attack gets +1 or -1 speed. People are claiming that card is broken. Enamored? No, absolutely not. This card is not that good. This card is not that good. And especially in sealed. I mean, it's a 0, right? Yeah, it's pretty good. Eyes on the target. Enhance, remove, add this weapon attack to, this is another comment, add this weapon attack to its owner's momentum during the end phase. Okay, I like this. Deadlock first form, commit, destroy one rival foundation. I think this is a good card. I think being able to snap the momentum is good, and I think the Deadlock first form is amazing, actually. Selectively destroying your rival's foundation, and it's not a destroy cost, it's commit, means that you're every turn you're just like taking away their best tool, which like in constructed the best tools power wise is just significantly lower already, so like you just take away the best ones, and it's great. It's very good. Stalking her prey. Response flip, after rival increases the speed of their attack, it gets -3 speed. Okay. And then Toga enhance, flip, remove 1 momentum, add 1 card from your discard pile to your momentum. I think that this is a very good card in constructed, because I think the speed hate is good. We don't even care about the Toga ability. I think a 2-5 that gives -3 speed after they increase 1 in constructed or in sealed is good. I like this card a lot because it says that I'm actually allowed to block things. I like that. I like it a lot. On to our next one. We have Kuragiri. Plays a card out of the discard pile, and then response commit, block with anything out of your discard pile. This is the character. Full disclosure, this is the character that I'm playing. The only way that I don't play this guy is if I don't open him. I think this guy's insane in this format. And we will get to why. Auto blocking a move as your 5-hand size character is better than what All for One does, right? With the commit and then discard the momentum. If I block, do the thing. He blocks it with a card out of his momentum, and there's so many good cards to do that. He's incredible, and he plays a bonus move, and it gets +3 speed, which is why things like this are going to be very important. This says flip, negate Kuragiri's speed buff. This is The first 5-hander in a long time that I have been excited to play. I am excited to play Kurigiri. Let's move on to indisputably the best card in this format. Dark Interruption. 4/3, 3 high for 4, and these words. Kurigiri Breaker 2. Says, if you are playing as Kurigiri 2, you can block with a 2 high block out of the gate, and you get to Breaker 2 them. As you play it as an attack, if your hand size is 5 or less, you draw a card. Enhance, you can discard 1 card from your hand instead of making a check. So you just like discard a 5 check and you passed it to just swing. This card is better than good. This card is absolutely amazing. It's incredible. Yeah. This card existing means that every other low attack that exists in the pool is better because of how good this card is if you're Kurigiri. This card's nuts. This card's absolutely insane. Dignified Display. 4/3, 2 mid, block 3 mid for 4. Echo Flash. Flash keyword is huge. Flash keyword is huge here. Response after an attack. After this attack is blocked, add it to the bottom of your deck. Choice. And the response after I block with this card, add the bottom card of your deck to your hand. This is a very cool card. I like this card a lot. After this deck is blocked, add it to the bottom of your deck. I'm a little nervous about this card strictly because it's so slow, right? It's a 3 mid for 4, but it's sealed, right? Like, as long as you, like, don't give it the bonus stats, this might be one of those cards that you have to, like, you're not a brain dead UR that slams down. I think it's the first one that goes in. It's a fine pick. If you have your 1 momentum, it threatens 8 damage as a flash. And then you can add it to the bottom of your deck if the second one is blocked, so it doesn't count as progressive. I think it's fun. I think it's fine. This card feels cool. It feels more like a Kuro 1 card. In Constructed, this card is very good in Kurigiri 2. In Constructed, but in the pre-release, I don't know. I don't think so. Nebula Stare. Well, first off, it's a low attack, so already it can't be bad because of how good that breaker block is. If this card would be added to your momentum, you may build it face down instead. Incredible. And then enhance, choose an attack in your discard pile, move it to the top of your discard pile. If it shares exactly 1 symbol with your character, this attack gets +2 damage. So my issue here is that this is a 5 diff, 3 low for 6 if I use the ability. But that's just 0 gravity lift, right? 0 gravity lift gives you a momentum. This card gives you a foundation instead of the momentum if you so wish. It's got the opposite block zone. I think this is a good card. I think this is a good card as long as you understand how to use this enhance well. I think I'm down. This card feels good. We'll move on. Warp Gate Portal. 5/1, 5 mid for 5. 0 mid block. For your next form this turn, you may search your deck for an attack that is not named Warp Gate Portal and play it. First off, this is a rare, which means it's going to be happening a lot. My big question here is, this does get to instantly snap off your, cool ultra rare that you find, right? It says that you have an extra attack. Like, this card has a lot of moves. This card feels very good. I am nervous. I'm nervous about the 1 check in a sealed format. So I'm gonna put it in the fine pick for now. I think if you're brave enough to risk the 1, is like cool. I think if you're brave enough to do it. Yeah. We'll see. Bartender. Response flip after your rival adds a card to the momentum. They build it face down, committed. Then they add 1 ready foundation to their hand. Then they add 1 card from their hand to their momentum. Jesus Christ, I don't know what this card does. After your rival adds a card to the momentum, they build that card face down, committed. And then they add a ready foundation to their hand. And then they add a card from their hand to their momentum. So, yeah, they lose the momentum that they want. This is momentum hate. And then Kurigiri Enhance flip. This card's fine. This card's fine. The Kurigiri Enhance is very good. If you're Kurigiri, this is a good pick. If you're everybody else, I think it's a fine pick. Probably into bad, actually. It honestly just depends on how good we think Toga is. It is strictly dependent on stopping your opponent's face-up momentum. That's really it. Or if they have a way to get their momentum back, right? Yeah. Or if they can cheat momentum in some way. Yeah. I'm going to put it at bad pick for now. Just because, yeah. Convenient timing. I don't have to read this card. Response discard momentum after you block with this card. Your rival checks you -1 for the rest of this turn. This card's good. This card's just a good pick. It just is. This card is absolutely fantastic. And then E-flip, add a card from either player's discard to the bottom of their deck. Insane. On a 2 mid block, this card probably could have had a 4 mid block and still seen some sort of play. But the sping on a 2 mid block, this is going to be all over in standard, and it's a common. That is a common. So we're going to be seeing it all over this weekend. It's going to be everywhere. You have to hit on momentum, which means that cards like this are going to go up in stock. Keeping my opponent off of momentum is going to be huge. And so this is like, as we go back to this stab, right? Because I'm allowed to move anything I want, right? There's just a free 5 damage that I just get to just chew through. I just get to, right? It's a free 5 damage I get to chew through, which means it gets to go to momentum, which means lose the 3 health after they play an ability on Foundation, destroy it. Just because of how potent momentum is going to be. Yeah, I am excited. We'll move on. Polite and Well-Spoken, 1/6/3 mid. I think this card is also fine. Number 4 of limit in sealed, right? No, there's no limit. I think this card is fine. I think if you're a Kurigiri and Dabi, it means that you're a little safer. I think everybody else is just a 6 check, right? It's just a 1/6 that does whatever. Yeah, this card is chill. Easily gets to be a good pick if you are one of those 2 characters. But I'll leave it there for now. Tamura's Protector. Enhance commit, your tech gets 2 damage if it shares exactly 1 symbol with your character. Draw a card and discard a card. Deadlock Enhance, both players discard a card. I like commit plus 2 damage in sealed. I think it's good. And so the fact that we also have the draw 1, discard 1, I'm going to put this as a good pick. Commit for plus 2 damage is good in sealed. It's got a decent block. And we get to cycle draw if we want to. In Kurigiri, that means that we draw and then place a card that we want into our discard pile and then get to instantly play it again because of how our character works. That's good. And then Deadlock Enhance flip, we both discard a card. If I slam 2 of these out here, you have to play with 4 cards every turn, which means you don't actually get to play the game with me. Very good. Very good stuff. We'll move on to Moonfish. Let's move on to Moonfish. Attack with your moves get fast, and you can discard cards from their card pool to hit them for 1. I am going to put Moonfish as a bad pick for now. We'll have to see what his quality of cards look like, but so far, we have no cards with a printed speed of 3 that he's allowed to play, right? So for sealed, right, no matter how good he is in standard, so for sealed, none of the cards that we have shown, he's able to give speed to. And he's only allowed to kick the card if I've partial blocked it, which feels bad. So we'll move on. From here, we've got Glacier Breaker. This is a rare. After I block a low attack with this card, it deals no damage. That's very good, because we said that low attacks have a lot of value because of the Breaker 2 block that Kurigiri has. And then if it deals 3 or less damage, you draw a card. That's good. If it's blocked or partial blocked, this is great. He technically can give speed to any move if they have 3 cards in hand, right? Oh, sure. I guess he can give things +1 speed. I guess that's fair. He can give +1 speed. Yeah, that is not enough to get him out of bed. +1 speed to everything? Who cares? Glacier Breaker. I am going to put this as a good card. I think a 2 mid block that Omni blocks mid and lows is good, right? And then if it deals 3 or less, draw a card. Very good. Incredible. he gets to give this a bunch of speed, and I think other people are going to be down to ping for 3, and then use that momentum for something else. Great. Kuragiri gets to use this to do stuff. Making this a 6 damage move with somebody like Dabi is incredible. Good stuff. Good stuff all around. Yeah, I'm here for it. Piercing Growl, a common. Discard a card if this attack deals damage. Remove it and add a copy of Piercing Growl from your discard pile to your hand. It's a 4 mid for 3. And then Deadlock Enhance, if it's blocked, flip 2 Rival Foundations. I think this card is also good. I think it just strips blocks out of their hand. My big issue is it's 3 damage. If you can find any way to put damage on it in not Moonfish, I think I'm down. So I might just drop it down to a fine pick. Just because, like, it just does the thing that it does. This card might kill you, though. Yeah. We'll move. Shadow-Tooth, another common, too low for 3. And it's a high block to deal with a Kuragiri attack that I said was the best thing in the game. And it's a 3 diff. 3 diff, 3 damage move. Feels great. This card goes straight into Dabi, huh? 3 diff, 6 damage move. Seems okay. If this one deals damage, your next attack gets +2 speed. Flip a committed Rival Foundation. We've got, I'm gonna destroy Tam with my Moonfish deck. Yeah, man, go for it. I think this is a good card. I think this card is good. Yeah. I think this one's good. 3/3 1 low 1 high block is insane. It's the off zone. This card's great. Blade Tooth. After your non-throw attack deals 3 less damage, your rival loses a health. As a common, this card, you're going to play every copy of this card. This card's insane. If they partial block your move, you just slam a bunch of damage on. Imagine having 3 of these built. This card's nuts. This card's nuts. This card's so good. Slam everyone that you can. Understand that the 4 low block sucks, but it should be on your board, not in your hand. Disturbing Visage. It's a common, which is interesting. Form remove. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add an attack with a printed damage of 3 or less. Reveal this way to your hand, then put the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Interesting. 3/5/3 mid block. I think this card is fine. I think it just really depends on... Actually, this card's probably actually bad. This card's probably bad because it's a bad block. And it says that you have to have a bunch of 3 damage moves, which means that you have to be Moonfish, right? Like, you have to be this guy, and I said that it's bad. I already said it's bad. I don't think it's worth it. Sluggish Recovery. Response, commit after rival plays the same non-character ability on the same card for the 2nd time or greater this turn. Seal 1 Rival Foundation. So... Response commit turn off Blade Tooth is cool, but it might be too late for that to happen. Let's actually take a look and see what does this Toga card say? Am I allowed to just spam this? This enhance is not playable once per turn. Or the draw is, but the discard the momentum. And let me just go double check. We'll find it. We'll find it. Sluggish Recovery. After rival plays the same non-character ability on the same card for the 2nd or greater time this turn, seal 1 Rival Foundation. This card is bad. This card is bad. This card is bad, I think, in every zone. If it was after your rival plays an ability on the same card for the 2nd or greater time this turn, seal it, I'm in. But it has to be the same ability? Rough. Web of Blades. This card is insane. This card's going to be a 1 of in every standard deck. There's no reason not to play this. If you open this card, you should play it. It's a rare. Open it, play it. 2/5, 2 high block. If it's less than printed speed, it gets 2 speed. If it's less than printed damage, it gets 2 damage. Play the card. This card's great. If it taps a character, it would be God. Yeah, I agree. On to Spinner. Enhance. Weapon attack gets speed or damage for the rest of the combat phase. Cool. Enhance. Once per turn, build a foundation from your hand. This deck gets +2 speed. I actually am a fan of Spinner. I think Spinner is probably a fine pick, if not good pick. He gives speed when it matters, and he builds a thing out of your hand when it matters. I think the plus stats is where he like falls off a little bit. I think it's I think it's fine. If you have enough weapons, best character of the set. I don't know about that. I think Kirigiri still beats him, but I'm simping hard for that character. Yeah, I think slamming down foundations from your hand is very good. But we'll see what his stuff says. Deadlock Stun 3 is incredible. This is another 3 damage move for Moonfish. This thing gets hella fast, huh? Commit a foundation that was built this turn. This attack gets 1 speed, 3 damage. I like this card a lot. Your next attack speed and damage cannot be reduced. Robo may commit a face-up foundation. This card's going to be incredible. I think this card's going to be very good. This card's going to be very good because we haven't gotten to Muscular yet. I think it's going to be very good. Deadlock Stun 3 is great. If you can give this any amount of like Stun 1 or it is Stun 1. I don't think you're allowed to play this and not. And then Commit a Foundation is built this turn. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the tough part. But like this is a good card. This is a good card. That was a common. This is a common. 3/6 on a 5 diff. That feels good. It's a low attack with a high block. If the attack is completely blocked, build the top card of your deck. That feels great. Deadlock Enhance. This gets 3 speed. Your next one gets 3 speed. This is a good card. Yeah, it's a low attack. It's got a high block. This card's good. I think low attacks are gonna be the bane. Yeah. Twin Sword Slicer. Hey, look, another low attack. This is a rare. It has Echo. It's a 2 for 4, and it combos with a weapon. Combo enhance. Your next attack gets 2 damage. So it's a 2 for 4, and then a 2 for 6 when you Echo it, right? And you can't Twin Sword Slicer a second time afterwards unless you clear that face down. If this attack speed is 5 or more, freeze the rival foundation. I think this card is fine. I don't think it's bad. I think it's fine. Strictly because I think that this weapon combo is a little tough to get, and the momentum, and figuring out how to freeze their thing is a little tough. That's where I'm at. But like everything else is fine, right? I think that I would, funny enough, I would rather just have Dignified Display as a card. Although Dignified Display is a mid zone, or this is the off zone. 3 mid for 4 versus 2 low for 4. That's the question, right? Which do you value more? Blade Expertise, 2/5, 2 mid block. Enhance, destroy, build a weapon foundation from your hand, playable committed. Spin a response, flip after you play a weapon card. It gains Breaker EX. This is an uncommon. I think this card's bad. I think it's bad because I don't think there's enough weapon cards inside of the... You're not going to get enough weapon cards for the Enhance, destroy to matter. And then, unless you're Spinner, none of this matters. If you are Spinner, this card is fine. You can honestly cut it depending on what you find. But like 2/5, 2 mid block. After you play a weapon card against Breaker 1, EX 2, or Stun 1. Like those are good abilities. But like you just have to be playing Spinner. That's the big thing. And you got to open like 3 of these for this to matter. If you open one of them, there's like no reason to play this card. Contempt for Heroes, 2/5/3 low block. It has the taunt keyword. After you build this, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a foundation, add it to your hand. And the response flip after revel draws 1 or more cards in the combat phase due to their non-character effect draw card. This card's insane. This card's incredible. After you build it, you get to potentially add a foundation to your hand, and you get to know what if it's a non-foundation, you get to know what your first check is to try and figure out how to deal with it, right? Yeah, this is a good card. Yeah. It's got a 3 low block, which is completely and totally fair. Yeah, it's good stuff here. Hack and Slash, 1/5/3 mid, Breaker 1 weapon. So here is the common that we want to build with this card. After you build this card during the enhanced step, your attack gets 2 damage playable while committed. Again, I think this little micro weapon package is not great, but if you get enough of this, then this is fine, right? They're both mid blocks, which eat up a lot of mid block slots. And I think that's okay. It's not stellar. Sense of Justice. Enhance, commit, name a keyword. Your rival's attacks get minus speed or damage. X equals the number of attacks with that keyword in their card pool. This is a great card. This is a rare, yeah? It's a common? Oh no, this card's gonna be everywhere. It says that when your opponent is bad at deck building, with diversity in mind, right? Like with keyword diversity, they're going to get punished by Sense of Justice as a common. Commit. Sometimes this is like commit for -3, commit for -4 speed, commit for -4 damage. Sometimes this is as good as Creepy Realization, right? On a 2/5 2 high block. And so like it's Creepy Realization or Creepy Realization for speed. This card's incredible as a common. This card is going to be one of the big reasons to try and like seal or stun or whatever cards. It's very good. Very good. Anti-tribal. Thank you. On to Shigaraki. Makes my opponent check the cards, so he mills my opponent in order for me to attempt to draw cards or commit their foundations. You can make my checks -1 once per turn, and then remove momentum. Your checks get -1 until the start of your next turn, which is incredible. Yeah, this card's good. This character is just good. In the idea of we're playing with a 40-card minimum deck, his enhance is not your turn, so that means that he can be drawing cards on defense on his turn, and he can make my opponent make a bunch of checks. So like plan B is on the table with this character. Because of this character existing, unless the card is bad in my deck, I will be playing every card that I open, because I do not want Shigaraki to mill me out. I will just play a 60-card deck, right? I'm getting 10 packs. I'm getting 6 packs, 10 cards in each pack. I'm playing them all. That's okay with me. I'm playing a 60-card deck so that he can't mill me out. That's just where it's at. This first form combined with where is this card? Convenient Timing is a deal breaker. If Shigaraki has 2 momentum, it's insane. And if going second, he can mess up your first build. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. Yeah, this card is good. I'm very excited to play this character, but I think in sealed it's going to be a little rough. Decaying Palm Slam, 6/4 4 low for 7 with powerful 2. Already that card is good. Discard momentum, choose 3 rival foundations. They cannot commit those to pass their checks for the rest of his turn. That's incredible. Rival makes a check against difficulty of a 6. Anything that's saying is that they make checks is very good. If they fail, remove this attack after it resolves. Yeah, this card's nuts. This card's very, very good. Yeah, it's 4 low for 7. It's got a mid block, so it blocks everything. Card's great. Card's super good. Double Palm Shatter, 3 mid for 4. Rival makes a check against a difficulty of a 5. If they fail, they discard their hand and draw 1 card for each card discarded. Yeah, people are just gonna mill out, and it's lame. If you get stuck with 5 or 6 cards in your hand and you get double palm shattered twice, you just lose the game because you just like lose your entire deck. It's a throw, so it also goes to your momentum. So we get triggers off of Shigaraki. We get triggers off of all sorts of stuff. Great card. Great card. Let's do Vile Seizing. Vile Seizing. Your rival makes a check against difficulty of a 7. If they fail, draw a card. This attack gets 2 damage. Deadlock Enhance. Your rival's checks get -2 for the rest of this turn. It's got a 1 high block with Breaker 1. Yeah, this card's amazing. This card's very good. Crazy. All of Shigaraki's cards are cracked. This is an incredible card. It's a 3 high for 4 with stun 2, or a 3 high for 4 with stun 4, or a 3 high for 4 or 3 high for 6 that drew you a card. Yeah, that's a pretty damn good 4 diff. For seal, do you remove 10 on a cycle or 5? I believe it's a 5. We haven't even seen his action. It could be an asset? Question mark. Who knows? Who knows what it is? Yeah, this card's great. Card's super good. 1/5 House of Cards, 1/5 unique. This is, what rarity is this? This is a rare. At the top card of your rivals, discard part of the top of their deck. Okay, after they play an enhance, add a rival momentum to the top of their deck. Yeah, this card's good. We said that momentum is good, so like getting rid of momentum is great. And then form flip, finding a card, putting a 3 on top of their deck is also great. Yeah, this card's very good. League Invitation. And it's your turn. Commit. Your rival's next check this turn gets -2. And then Enhance Flip. Rival makes a check against difficulty 7. If they fail, commit 1 rival foundation. An action called Mastermind was leaked some time ago, but all we could see was the name and that it had Shiggy on it. Interesting. Weren't all those cards that were leaked from the anniversary kit or whatever, like that special product? I didn't think they were from the set. Yeah. So that card doesn't matter right now, is what we're saying. Those are all alt arts. Oh, so they're in the set. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. I didn't know that there are alt arts. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Yeah, that's tight. Yeah, League Invitation. I think this card is fine. I think that their enhanced commit for +2 speed is like not good on a 3 diff, and then possible stun 2, and then selective stun 1 is like not that good. Actually, I'm gonna put this in the bad zone. We probably don't want this card in our deck, truthfully. Put this in if you like need the zones. Mastermind's Apprentice, enhance, remove foundation. Your rival makes a check against a difficulty of a 6. If they fail, this attack gets +2 or -1 speed. This card's insane. They said there were brand new cards in the roadmap video. Interesting. League is next check this turn, so if they don't block, it hangs around. I still don't think it's necessarily worth it because it's a 3 diff. This card's nuts though. Remove foundation. My rival makes a check as a common. Also, let's look at the rarity. I guess it's a common. That's fine. Mastermind's Apprentice. Yeah, this card's just like good. It's +2 speed or -1 speed. Or they commit a foundation. Stun 1 or +2 speed. Or stun 1 or -1 damage. Yeah. The remove foundation cost like doesn't necessarily matter. It's very good. All out battle. We're getting to the tail end of it, huh? All out battle. Discard momentum. Your attack gets 1 speed for each attack in both players' card pools. I think this card is cool. I don't know how good it is though. I mean, I think if you have it, you should play it. And flip a foundation after you block with this card. Flip a rival foundation and draw a card. Discard this card from the card pool. All in all, this is great, right? It's a low block, and we already said that low attacks are going to be sneaky, so I think it's good. I think it's probably just going to end up being a fine pick for me, though. I do actually, man. I do really like that I selectively flip one of their foundations, because there's a lot of foundations on this top list up here that I'd be super down to flip and be like, please knock that off. Yeah, can Kira block with this card? Yeah, Kira can block with every single one of these actions in the set. This is why I'm playing Kirigiri. And then Anavoice. After you block with this card, if the blocked attack's damage is at least double its printed damage, it deals no damage. And then first form, if I have 10 or less health, draw 2 cards. I think this card is actually only fine. I think it's cracked in standard. I think it's fine to bad in here until we get to muscular. I think this card is like a saving grace versus muscular, so I'm gonna put it in fine. I think it's good versus muscular. I think it's good versus Dobby, but besides that, like, I'm not a huge fan of what Anavoice is doing inside of a constructed event. Yeah. Ruthless Mockery. Now we're talking. After block with this card, your rival's attacks get gets -2 damage for the rest of the combat phase. Remove this card when it leaves your card pool. This card's insane. Low damage strings are how you win in sealed events, right? Playing just a bunch of base. You look at this. You look at Moonfish and you laugh at him when this card hits the table, right? This card absolutely demolishes. It does the exact opposite of what Anavoice does, right? Like, this stops strings and this stops big tall decks. And so, like, the fact that they both exist in the same thing and you're allowed to play both of them because symbol chaining doesn't exist in the pre-release, you want one of each of these and they're both rares. So, like, good luck. But at the same time, these cards don't kill your opponent. These cards only stop you from dying. So, like, you just have to figure out what you want. Up next, we got Fancy Feast. Enhance Commit. The next card you try to play with the word cat or cats in its name gets a -2 difficulty or -2 to its block modifier. This card sucks, right? They're like... I don't. There'd have to be a bunch of cat cards for this to even remotely matter. Yeah, this card is bad. There aren't enough cat cards. Right? In sealed is bad. Yeah, there aren't enough cat cards. The deadlock ability is good. It gets 4/4. That's good, right? So maybe you play it. Maybe you play it in like Shigaraki. Yeah, is bad. Top Pro Heroes. Response once per turn, flip a foundation. After rival plays an attack, it loses one keyword of your choice. And then enhance remove. If you have 10 or fewer cards in your deck, your attack gets 3/3. This card's insane. This card is absolutely insane. Turning off stun, turning off powerful, turning off EX, turning off echo, because it's a response. And then we're playing with 40 card decks if you want. So after you play 15 cards, you know, after you've seen 15 cards or whatever, like just +3/+3 whenever you want. This card's insane. This card's so good. Snap pick to put in your deck. Yeah, turn off combo. Yeah, oh, it's so good. Tracking device 2/4/3 low block form. Remove. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Put them back in any order. I think this card is fine. I think this card is very big brain. Are you down to not build a foundation to guarantee your next 4 checks? That's the real question, right? It's form remove. Look at the top 4. Put them back in any order. I think this card is good. It's probably as a 2/4/3 low block. It's actually probably not good enough for sealed. Yeah. Getting drunk and hammered while in Vegas. That's not the plan, but I'm pretty sure the squad wants to go to karaoke, so it can't be ruled out. Young Heroes. Response. Discard a card before your rival's attack receives a damage bonus from a non-character effect. Reduce that bonus to 0. Enhance once per turn. Your turn. Commit a rival asset or foundation. I think this is a fine pick. I think that top response is not going to be playable very much. But I think the enhance once per turn, your turn, seal, or commit a rival asset or foundation is good. It's good. This card is great. And I think it is worth the 4. I like the fact that we've got 4 diff assets. That's so cool. We'll move on. Binding Armbar. Things that stand out to me. 4/3, 2 low, 4 throw. Boom. This card's great. I think it's a totally fine card. If you could fill your deck with a bunch of these, I think you're gonna feel okay. It's just 3 mid block, which is a little rough. When you combo enhance, seal 1 rival asset or foundation, yeah. I think in sealed, this card is fine. Deadlock enhance, commit and freeze 2 foundations. Yeah, it's cool. It's a fine card. It's fine. It's fine. Earth Beast Golem doesn't have the word cat in it. That sucks. 2/3, 5 mid for 3. That's great. And then it gets a damage for each momentum. I think this is a good card. It is very fast. And so, like, if I can find any way to give damage to it with, like, Dobby or Muscular, we're off for the races, right? And it is bare minimum a 5 mid for 5. Second is 1 damage for each momentum both players has, because we both get a momentum. Yeah, this is a 5 mid for 5/5 diff with a 1 high block. That's great. This is super good in sealed. GMA Takedown. 2 high for 5 throw. After you block a weapon attack with this card, it gets breaker 1, and your rival flips a momentum. Okay. If it's not blocked, add the top card of your discard pile to your momentum. As a common, this card is insane. This card is super, super good. It is 5 damage. It's throw, so minimum it's 3 damage. It's got an on-block effect. It's got an if-not-blocked effect. It is good in every aspect of the game. This card's wonderful. Jet Kickback. Charge Kick. 2 mid for 6. Charge Kick. Combo. This attack gets 4 damage. This is the slowest move of all time. How do we give this thing speed? I guess it's a 4 mid for 6 in Toga and a 5 mid for 6 in Kurigiri. Just as a 4 diff. This card's fine to bad. It's probably fine. It's probably just fine. Actually, it's a mid-block. It might just be bad. It's the world's slowest 6-diff. You're never in sealed. You're never playing this on a 6. There aren't enough charge kicks. It is a blank 2 mid for 6. It is a blank 2 mid for 6. So it's probably just bad. There's probably other things you could be doing. Resolute Rushdown. 6-diff, 5 high for 6. If I have 0 cards in my hand, draw a card. Echo Punch. I am going to go out on a limb and say that I think this is a good sealed card. I think this might be the best this card will ever be. If I have a momentum and my opponent is at 6 health, this is like, or opponent's at half health, this is a real threat. 5 high for 6, 5 high for 6. The issue here is that it's a 6-diff. If we can figure out how to make this thing a little cheaper, I think I'm down, which I don't think there's like any cards in here that really do that. And with things like Shigaraki, like making your checks a little worse, it's a bit of a pill to swallow. But like, if you are able to like slam muscular damage on this, if you're able to slam Dabi damage on this, like this is a real ass card. You still check for Echo. It's not free. Correct. Yeah, I play this card on a 6. I resolve the ability. I respond with Echo, discard my momentum. I then play it again as my next form. I make the check for the card. So it's on a 6 on a 6. I think in standard or in constructed, there's like ways to deal with this, but in sealed, I think it is a good card. But as long as you can figure out, as long as you have the stage for this. Decoy Duplicate, Enhance, Remove, Discard a Momentum. Discard this this rival attack from the card pool. Your rival may draw a card. This is the best foundation that they've made in the game. It's a rare. If you can find this card, you play it. This card is insane. It's going to be a 4 of in a lot of decks in the future. And because this card exists, there's going to be a lot of momentum hate, which there's a lot of momentum hate in this set. I do enjoy that. Gas Cloud. 1/5/2 mid block. After this card is committed due to your rival's non-character effect, they lose 2 health. This effect cannot reduce them below. I think that this card in constructed is not very good, strictly because if we go back and we look, like none of these cards have the stun keyword on them. There's no real stun. There's got a deadlock stun. We haven't seen a single stun card. I think in constructed this card is bad. We're moving. We're grooving. Yeah, I think in sealed this card is bad. I meant to say sealed, not constructed. I'm sorry. In sealed this card is bad. Deadlock Enhance is cute. I'm probably just gonna still put it in the bad spot. I'll protect you. 1/5/3 mid. Enhance flip commit. This deck gets -3 speed. This is good. This is a good card. Commit flip for -3 speed is essentially commit for -4 speed, right? No. Flip for -2 speed, which is fine. Yeah, flip for -2 speed is an acceptable exchange rate. Constructed, I don't think so, but sealed, I think this is fine. Lost in Thought. This is a rare. Hold on, what was the last rarity of that card? Is that common? Yeah, that makes sense. Lost in Thought. 2/4, 3 high block, enhance, remove, add 1 foundation from each player's stage to their hand. Both players build a card from their hand face down. Okay, so I like this card a lot. I think this card is fine in here. It's a 4-check, which is a little rough, but being able to lift one of my opponent's ready cards and then rebuild down a card, and then I lift a committed card and then rebuild it back down. So I remove this to re-ready a card and selectively flip one of my opponent's cards. Right? Like when you equate it that way, I think this card deserves its 2/4/3 high block because of just how much it does, right? But I don't think it's going to be that relevant in sealed, truthfully. Surviving the Beast Forest. 1/5/3 high. Enhance commit if I have 5 more different symbols in my card pool. This attack gets +2 damage or -2 speed. We're going to be playing 100. You literally accomplish this on 2 attacks in this format. This is one of the best commons in the set because it just like, it does everything that you want to do. You want to open 100 of these. because like we're not symbol chaining. You want every one of these that you can. Yeah. And then Wild Wild Pussycats as a rare. Form, flip, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add a foundation, reveal this way to your hand. Discard the rest. Yes. And then response after you block an attack. This card's great. This card is one of the only draw cards that we have on a 5/2 or 2/5 2 mid block with a on block ability. This card's great. Play this one. It has cats in the name. Do you feel better? Do you feel better now? Is that what you need? Is that what you needed? I see red. That's what you needed from me. Soak it in, because it's only going to be there for 3 more seconds. All right, cool. As long as, hey, we got to it. And then lastly, Mr. Compress. No, we have Muscular after this. It does not have cats in the name. It does, doesn't it? This card has the word cat in it. It has cats. I guess we go back to the asset. That doesn't work. It needs to have the isolated word cat. But this is here. Pussycats does not equate cats? That's cringe. It has to have the exact word. That's the worst ruling of all time. Now I'm cutting that part out of the video. Icy Red. I'm cutting it out. Mr. Compress. Response, commit after you block an attack, add it to your momentum. You know that's how it works? I don't know, dude. Form, lose a health, reveal a momentum. If it's not a copy of a card you've played this turn, you might try to play as your next form. This card's nuts. This card's incredible. This card's good in standard, or in constructed. His character is insane. This character could go win tournaments. This is very, very good. Don't lie to us. You won't edit this. You're right. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, this character's correct. Character's so good. Yeah. Muscular. After attack deals damage, add a muscular counter to him. So he hits hard, and then after he takes damage, he builds cards. He's a 5/36. Yeah, this character's good. This is one of the good ones. He's got 36 health, and every time that he deals damage or takes damage, all his moves get +1 damage. Incredible. If 6 attacks happen across the game, he just does 6. He does +6 damage. This is not fair. This is a not fair ability. And then after you take damage from an unblocked attack, build a card from your card pool face down. If you get muscular, all of these like sense of morals or sense of justice or whatever card, just get better because of this is damage reduction. As long as you can take 1, right? Incredible. Absolutely incredible. No one is pulling Compress though. He is a pre-release promo. So I think we all get one. I think we all get one. I feel like this set will end up full of erratas. I don't know, show. I think it's cool. No. Muscle Rush has a comment. If this attack is a complete box, he still does 1. After you block with this card, you draw a card. This card is insane. This card is correct. Yeah, it's 3 damage, which sucks. But Moonfish loves that it's 3 damage, right? This card combined with Shrapnel feels insane. After you block with your 2 mid block, you get to draw a card. Yeah, this card guarantees you a momentum. This card's nuts. This card's so good. Armored Muscles. After your attack deals more than its printed damage, gain 3 health. Incredible. Enhance your turn. Commit a rival foundation with an ability that grants a damage penalty. Yeah, card's great. Card's really good. Again, the next big character that I'm looking to play. I think this character is very strong. We have an offensive way to gain health in Nomu. Yeah, this card just looks at Super Rejuvenation and just tells it to fuck right the hell off. Yeah, this card's good. Committing their stuff is great. Healing life is great. What is not to love? Here is an uncommon. Enhance flip a foundation. If this attack is blocked, seal a rival foundation. It says flip on foundation : not flip this foundation. So like, yeah. And then muscular enhance once per turn, your turn. Add a muscle counter to your character. Yeah, it's a 1 low block. I think this is a fine card on average. If you're muscular, you play every copy of this card. Obviously, you play every copy of this card. You're going to play 4 of this in standard, or in constructed, so that you can get this ability. So you can just like start slamming moves. Yeah, I'm gonna believe it in fine pick because I think this enhance flip seal thing is good. It is good, but man, it's very strong. It's very strong, and I think that we have it. So obviously, our good characters are these ones up here, right? These make sense to me. And then these ones are okay. And then I think these ones are bad. We probably could put Moonfish up here just based on like the amount of things that you have. I'll probably leave this here. I think All Might is bad. He just doesn't have enough support. And then this is, I mean, the fact that we have more good cards than we do bad cards and fine cards, maybe even combined, right? Maybe not combined. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6. Yeah. So we have an exact same number of good and good cards versus fine and bad cards. I'm excited for this sealed. I think the sealed is going to be fun. But let me know what you guys think. And if you're seeing this video, please come and join me. I'll probably be live right now building my constructed deck over in Vegas. This video is going to go live tomorrow, right? Today's Wednesday, so it goes live tomorrow on Thursday, so I guess I won't be. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Come join me over on Twitch. I will be live streaming me opening my packs. I'll be live streaming me opening, constructing my deck. I'll be live streaming me opening, playing my games, as well as streaming just the HLC in general. I'll have a live stream. I will be live for the 12, 16, 24 hours every day that I am out playing games. So with that said, you guys, thank you very much for watching the video, and as always, I wish you well.